Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a good day so far. I always forget, because I'm in UK, that everyone is only just getting up when I'm like in the midst of my day. Sometimes I message my American friends and they're like, you literally woke me up, or I've just woken up. I'm like, I'm sorry. Because it's like past midday for me, so I just forget. Anyway, back to the build. Today we are making a literal massive home. Like, it's ginormous. I do really like how it turned out though. I feel like I say in all of my videos, sometimes you make these big homes and they're just like unmanageable. I feel like actually playing in them is just a bit excessive. It kind of feels a bit overwhelming sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I love making them, but when it comes to actually playing them, I'm more hesitant because it's just a bit much. But in saying that, it's not too overwhelming. I could probably play in this and not feel overwhelmed. I think it's helpful that it has an annex built in to the left, which is technically still attached, so whether it's an annex, I don't know. But it's not too overwhelming for my little brain. I decided to make the left side place, which is technically the annex, into a room for the teenager. I say room, it's massive in comparison to like anything a normal teenager would have, but yes, I keep doing that. I keep leaning on my desk and it makes like a really weird squeak sound. I don't know whether you guys can hear it, but I'm always like conscious that I do it and I'm like, should I edit that out? But I'm not going to, so if you heard something, apologies. But yes, I really like doing the exteriors of builds. It's like my favourite part. I don't know why. I just like making the outside look really cool. Not all of them turn out that way, don't get me wrong, but that is always the goal. I really like the shape of this house. I think it's like spectacularly huge. Like if you saw that in real life, you'd be like, damn, it is massive. And I do like that it's not like too overwhelming, because I feel like sometimes the entryways to these big houses are like massive and you're a bit like overwhelmed by it, or maybe it's just me, but I like that it's kind of still like a simplistic drive up and you can like drive around the back, and there's space for the teenager who's living in this smaller building to park around the back, and the parents can park under the little like drive-in section, you know what I mean. It is definitely a bit like a castle. I really, really wish I could have put stairs in that spiral section. It would have looked really cool, but unfortunately we don't have spiral staircases, so I did still put it kind of in that section, but I don't know, it wasn't the same aesthetic as what I was ideally looking for, but maybe one day we'll get them, you never know. I do really like spiral staircases. I think it'd be a really good addition to the game. It's funny, there's certain things I'm like, why haven't they included that? Like, they've included so many like interesting, spectacular things, and there's like really simple basics that they just haven't included, which is fine, you know. I appreciate everything they do, and it must be really hard to program all the things they have, and it's absolutely spectacular. And honestly, this game is like my entire life. I'm obsessed, so I'm not complaining, but if we could have spiral staircases, that would be brilliant. And landscaping. I know I said this in my last video, but I literally use the same landscaping all the time. I think it'd be really nice to have a few new shrubs, ideally. I always seem to use these little white bobbly plants. I don't know why. I just think they kind of make things look a bit more... I don't know why I use the word 3D, but that's the best way I can describe it. It's like, it feels very like flat, without a bit of colour. I mean, technically white isn't a colour, it's a shade, but you know what I mean, not just green. But I do like them. In case you couldn't tell, I use them in every single build. I wasn't really sure what to do with the annex building when I was doing the floor plan. I decided to leave it until later on. I knew I wanted the teenager to live over there, but I wasn't quite sure in what sort of layout, or if I was going to have like a spare bedroom over there, which I did end up having. It does have a spare bedroom. But yeah, I did decide to put 2 bathrooms over here, a spare bedroom, and then the teenager's room. But yes, now moving on to the main house. I adore this kitchen. I think it is gorgeous. It is a little bit glitchy in the island in the middle, which is kind of frustrating, but oh well, it's fine. I like how it turned out. You'll see in a second, it's a bit glitchy in the middle. I wish there was some sort of counter that we could put there. but as you can see, it's like I had to put 2 counters there because it was a tiny little gap and it's a bit glitchy, but it's fine. I'll try and not get bothered by it, even though I totally am. I like the shape of this kitchen. I think it's like a nice open space. For such a big house, I didn't want to have like an overwhelming, massive kitchen because I just feel like that's unnatural. I mean, maybe some people have a massive kitchen, but I don't. I quite like playing these little like cozy spaces. I mean, it's still massive, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like it's like too overwhelming, you know. You don't want to have to walk really far from the fridge back to the oven, and like, you know, maybe it's just me, but I have actually done a bit more gameplay lately, guys. I spent about 4 or 5 hours last night playing my off-camera family. We live in Strangerville, and I've never done Strangerville ever before, so I'm exploring that at the moment. And we did have a toddler girl and twin girl infants, but now they're all toddlers, which is chaos, and she's pregnant again, so wish me luck. And we're trying to like resolve whatever possession things going on. We've got to the stage where we've unlocked the lab, but we're trying to get those little things that float around, I don't know what they're called. We're trying to collect them, so that's where I'm at the moment, which isn't too bad, but I don't know how anyone is supposed to work that out without looking it up. I was like to my fiance yesterday, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to Google the process because I'm so lost. But it's fine. I'm enjoying it. That's the main thing. I really love how there's like so many different things you can do in this game and play out so many different gameplay like layouts. I don't know. I love it. But it was quite nice to have a little bit of a mini break from building because I've been building literally every second of every day and I never get burnt out from it, but it's just nice for a change, you know? So that was what I was doing. But here we are, back to building. I can't stay away from my love for too long. It's definitely weird when I'm doing gameplay. I'm like, oh, but I could be building right now. I can't help myself. It's just, I'm obsessed, I really am. It's like a healthy obsession, kind of, but like, you know, I'm just addicted to building. Anyway, back to the build. Working on the lounge living space right now. I think it's really pretty. Again, always as basic colours as possible, really plain. But I think it's like freeing of the mind, you know? I kind of feel like having like a more of a bright, simplistic space is more like mind clearing, you know? I feel like sometimes when you add too much colour, for me personally, it's kind of a bit overwhelming. Like when I've got a lot of clutter in my space, I kind of feel the same, whereas white makes you feel a bit more peaceful, so that is what I did for this house. I do really like the stairs, and you see what I mean, guys? Like it's kind of like in the bump out, not really, but like next to it. Ideally, we would have had spiral staircases, or I could have put the stairs in that little bump out, but it just wasn't working out, so it's fine. I really wish we could have, but I still like how it looks. I adore using this type of cupboard lately from Dream Home Decorator. I think it is gorgeous. It's really pretty. I always add so many shoes to it, but I don't know, I just I just think it makes it look much more realistic and lived in, although that is a bit excessive for how many shoes they have. But then again, it is a massive house, so they are filled with people. I can't remember how many people this is for. I think it's for 5 people, I think. There's a master bedroom, a child boys room, an infant girls room, and then another teenage son's room. But there are other bedrooms. There's 2 other bedrooms. You could have guests over or have like grandparents live there or something. There is one bedroom downstairs, which you'll see in a second after this section. As you can see, it's behind this room right now, but I've filmed it in a different order. Well, not filmed it, but edited it in a different order. And then there is one upstairs in the annex building as well. So we have 2 spare bedrooms. So you could change it for whatever you wanted. So there is a lot of space. I did decide to add a little study room, a little office. I really like it. I quite like having these spaces to feel like they've got a bit like a skill room, I suppose. I really like including this globe lately, I don't know why. My nan used to have one, it reminds me of being like really little. But yeah, this is our like study room, put some guitars in here and whatever that new country guitar is called. I love the sound of that thing in real life. I'd love to have one. I'm obsessed with country music, guys, honestly. When I was listening to the radio in the bar of one of the Strangerville places yesterday, I think it was soul music, but I was like, this is definitely a bit of me. Like soul music and country is like my jam. I feel like I sound really like hay fevery. I know it's not a word, but it is now today. I don't know why. The last few days have been like really sneezy, and I'm like, it's literally nearly autumn. Like it's September tomorrow, guys. That is insane. I cannot believe it's September tomorrow. I feel like I've blinked and the year's just gone. Because I've had like a really traumatic year. I know most of you guys know, but I lost my granddad at the start of the year and my gorgeous little cat less than a month after, and it's been like very hard, and I kind of feel like I've been in a trance, like a really bad trance for like, well, nearly 9 months. But I'm okay. Sims keeps me sane. But yeah, I really can't believe it's literally getting autumn. I'm looking out the window now and the trees are going yellowy, like orange. I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love autumn. I wish we could just permanently live in autumn, but it's just cold. If we could have a warm autumn, that would be the dream. I live in a beach town, so there's always like a lot of people in the summer, and I feel like I can't enjoy it when there's so many people. Like I'm such an introvert, it's like not nice. It's just too much, there's too many crowds, and it's just not my thing. So when it gets to autumn time, I'm like, yes, this is me. I cannot wait for Halloween. I know it's like a bit way off yet, but like still, I love pumpkins. Whenever I go to the shops, my fiance is like, no, not anymore, we've already got like 50. I'm like, but one more. He doesn't stop me. But I take some of them home to my parents and they're like, how many do you have now? And like my entire kitchen is just filled with pumpkins, but you know, they're pretty, so who cares? But I am excited to do a bit more autumnal builds soon. I'm going to make some Halloween themed builds, because this time last year I didn't have every single pack, and now I do, other than Star Wars, but I'm thinking of getting it because I saw Little Simsy do a build the other day on Twitch, and I asked her what the tile was from, and she actually answered me, and I was like complete fangirl and quite sad really that I'm obsessed. But she answered me on stream and was like, oh, it's from Star Wars. I was like, damn it, it's the only pack I don't have. I'm not interested in Star Wars, but like I need that tile, you know, like if I could just buy the tile that would be great. But you know, I might do it, but it's like £18, and I'm like, can I do that though? Can I justify spending £18 on Star Wars? Probably not, so maybe we'll wait for the sale for that one pack. But anyway, my off-topic rant over, back to the build. I really love this bedroom. I think it is adorable. I love that it's pink and cozy and purple, and I never really use this cot or crib, whatever you call it, and I really like it. I think it's really cute. It goes well with this room. I did tie it in a little bit with the rug to add a bit more of like a purpley tone, and there is some mint green as well, which kind of ties in with the baby mat and the nightlight. But yeah, I think I am going to end the voiceover today by here, guys. I couldn't speak then. Because it's quite a long voiceover, and I have not got long before I'm not home alone, and I like doing voiceovers when I'm by myself because I get nervous. Which is ridiculous because I've literally been doing this for over a year, but I'm still my introvert self, and I don't like talking in front of people or people listening to me on the phone, or, you know, I assume most of you guys can relate to that as well. So yes, I am going to end the voiceover by here for today, guys, and I will be back tomorrow. It's Thursday, isn't it? I think so. I have no idea. All the days are the same at the minute, guys. Yes, it is Thursday. I will be back tomorrow, probably with another speed build. I may do my Let's Play, but we shall see. But yes, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. There is a couple of screenshots at the end, but there will be more screenshots over on my Instagram if you do want to go and check that out as well as. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do want any custom made builds, feel free to DM me on Instagram at LauraAbbeyX, and I shall see you guys next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Wasn't I meant to lie in your arms? too long. Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song, and then you stood there smiling at me, as so many times before. I'll never wanna be away, leave you again. You are all I want and more. It's true. If only I could do one thing, I'll be with you. It's true. Baby, how I need the loving of you. Waiting at the doorstep, finally home. I've been gone for too long. Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio is playing the song. It is true. If only I could do one thing, I'll be with you. It is true. Baby, how I need the loving of you. Will you still love me as I'm getting hungry and old? And when you are away, I sometimes shiver and cold. It is hard to define you, but you're worth more than gold. When everything is told. Waiting at the doorstep, finally home. I've been gone for too long. It is true. If only I could do one thing, I'll be with you. It is true. Baby, how I need the loving of you. Baby, how I need the loving of you. Baby, how I need the loving of you.
I don't know, it's hard to say. Desperate cost us anyway. Do this mean we'll go to war? I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'd like